The attack was top secret. No one beyond Yamamoto's inner circle was supposed to know about the covert mission. But rumors leaked. The first real warning came in January of 1941. Joseph Grew, the United States ambassador to Japan, overheard at a cocktail party that the Japanese were going to attack Pearl Harbor. But Grew, as well as Army and Navy personnel in Washington, gave the rumor no credence. On December the 6th, the day before the attack, Tokyo sent their embassy in Washington what was called the 14-part note. The first 13 pages laid out why the Japanese were upset with the failed negotiations over China and the oil embargo. The 14th page, in essence, was a cover letter stating that the Japanese must break off negotiations. This final page would not be sent until December the 7th, with specific instructions not to deliver it to the White House until 30 minutes before the attack. On the evening of December the 6th, President Roosevelt reviewed the first 13 pages with a friend and confidant who said, "This means war." The Pacific Fleet was up and running within 6 months. But the United States government and public needed someone to blame. There were 8 separate investigations into the attack. The committees heard testimony from many of those in charge in Washington and Hawaii, including Admiral Kimmel, commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet.
In 1941, the Navy Department had several courses open. It could furnish me directly with the best evidence of Japanese intentions and plans, the intercepted Japanese military and diplomatic messages. This would have given me an opportunity to judge for myself the gravity and intensity of the crisis as December 7th, 1941 approached, and the probability of a Japanese attack on Hawaii. The Navy Department failed to do this.
Admiral Kimmel accused his superiors of not giving him all the Japanese intelligence messages. But in the end, he and General Short, commander in charge of the Hawaiian Department, were the only officers charged with dereliction of duty. Some Americans felt Kimmel and Short couldn't have been responsible for such a monumental disaster. There had to be more sinister forces at work. For almost 60 years, conspiracy theories surrounding the attack have grown to epic proportions. Most center on Roosevelt and whether he allowed the attack to happen so the United States would be forced into the Second World War.
There were rumors that Roosevelt conspired with his staff to get America into the war. We didn't need a Pearl Harbor. In America, if you lose one GI, we get excited. The problem with the conspiracy theory is that nowhere is there any document which says the Japanese are coming, they're going to hit Pearl Harbor at such and such a time. Dear Frank, to Roosevelt, don't tell anybody, we'll cover this thing up.
Conspiracy? Don't believe it. No truth to it. No fact can be found. And more important, more than enough warning came to the commanders here in the Pacific for them to be more prepared than they were.
Shivers called me in one day, about a week before the war started, closed the doors and says, "I'm not telling my men this, but I'm telling you. We're going to be attacked before a week is out." And the guy had tears in his eyes.
Now, I'm a little bit lost here. Shivers being the FBI man here?
Robert L. Shivers, head of the FBI, SAC, senior agent in charge.
Mm-hmm. And they knew, it was your impression that they knew rather specifically what it was that it was going to happen, not just that something would happen, but rather specifically what would happen? What are you?
Attacked. That was the word used to me.
Attacked. Mm-hmm. And that it would be here in Hawaii, it would be Pearl Harbor. They had it nailed rather well down then.
Would be Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which caused my mind afterwards to wonder, why you're on attack defense all week. From Saturday, you go on sabotage alert.